DD214 Network Podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Network is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now because we have you.
What's happening?
Good fucking morning, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the DT2. There we go, doing that fucking tongue tie shit again. Welcome to the DD214 Network Podcast, hosted by John, Jay, and myself, Joe. Y'all better look the fuck out today. Our crayons are sharp, the box is full, our bottle of glue is topped off, and our helmets are on tight, baby. We about to rhythm with the tism. Let's get this fucking episode rolling. How the fuck has everybody been doing this week?
Yeah. Busy, crazy week. Busy, crazy week.
With you, always.
What was that? Well, play that soundbite again.
The Force will be with you, always.
Sir Alex.
You know, the only Star Wars button I have is this.
Boy, that franchise really fell the fuck off, didn't it? Talk about ruining my fucking childhood. Like,
did you not hear the other one I played?
Star Wars can eat a fat fucking dick. How about that? Star Wars can eat a fat fucking dick. The entire franchise, everybody in it, everybody involved in it, everybody that likes it still, fuck off. Like, you guys ruined my child. You guys ruined my childhood. You fucking nerds ruined my childhood. Okay, you ruined a good thing.
Hold the fuck up.
No, fuck Star Wars.
No, hold the fuck up. Disney's where it got fucked up at, and it only got fucked up on the movie side of things. Because
no, wait, you're telling me the prequels were just as good as the original series? Like, no, I don't think so, dude. I don't think Disney was the one that fucked it up.
No, it was fucked up by fucking Disney because it was episode 7, 8, and 9 that fucked it up.
The prequels suck too, dude.
Episode 1 wasn't the best, but it was fucking something better than fucking nothing.
Sure.
And it was giving us backstory. You just,
yeah, I hate anything that's good. Yes, I know. Like my black little heart. I know. Yeah. There are some fun things in Star Wars. I'm just giving you guys shit. Now calm down. Like,
well, there's also not so fun things in Star Wars, like the Acolyte. And
I as much as
fucking Andor. Unfortunately, I wasn't, Andor.
Like Andor was okay. Good. Andor was okay, but the amount of critical acclaim I see it getting and people just like fawning over it, I'm like, it wasn't that good.
Well, Andor, there's a season 2 out now, right?
Allegedly, you're like, what has 2 thumbs and you're not going to catch him dead fucking bothering to watch it? You know what I mean? Like, what do you want me to say, dude? Like, what do you want me to say? All right, now that I've gotten my hate boner out of the fucking way for the morning, how have you guys been? Like,
it's been wild, man. It's been wild. I mean, do I kind of want to start with the wild week, or
why not?
Because I do have a couple things to show you guys. I do have a review. I do have some other wild shit to show as well too.
Okay. Why don't you get the ball rolling, and we'll take over when we take over, and we can bounce back and forth on our shit today.
Well, what do you want? Do you want the drama first, or do you want the video game review?
Ooh, start with the video game.
Okay. got to play the play test for where the fuck is it? Arc Raiders.
Okay.
It is
What kind of game is that?
So it is a PvP VE extraction shooter. And what that means is you go
Player
to
player versus environment for your wondering mind there, Jay.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you trying to figure out what PvP
Oh yeah, my bad.
was.
You see my fucking ears, my ears bleeding. I was like, I just
Jay started going fucking cross-eyed. One eye was looking this way, the other one was going this way. like
guys, I'm starting to taste copper. My left arm hurts. Like no, Jay, you're having a heart attack. Calm down. Like
yeah. So what's going on? What's going on, Ajay? And so this is, I'm going to show some footage while I talk about it. Here we go. So this right here is Arc Raiders. This is the game that I've gotten into. Oh, okay. Volume's gone. Perfect. The point of the game is it's 2180 and everyone lives underground and they live underground. And the purpose is that they need resources. So they go up to the surface to collect resources and survive.
okay.
And look, even Dabinap over here, I still didn't get the email, man. Yo, for real. Like a lot of people haven't gotten it, but here's the footage right here. And this footage is coming from my PlayStation. So it's like, it's 4K and it's pushy. You can see how beautiful the environment is. So player versus environment. Great. Get your loot. It's a loot and shoot, extract, get the fuck out of there. But if you die while out there with all your gear, you lose all your shit.
Okay.
You know, so that's the challenge. Your whole point is to get the fuck out of there.
Right.
Now, visually, I think the most amazing thing about this game is the transition from cinematic to gameplay. Because I feel like I'm playing the cinematic. That's how good it looks, as you can see here.
It does look pretty clean. I'll give it that. It looks pretty clean.
Now, the interesting thing you see here, me fighting off a drone here, you have to shoot all 4 of the fans of the drone. Mm-hmm. You know, they're actually pretty smart. They're pretty. The robots are the environment part of the battles.
So you're fighting robots?
Mainly? You're fighting robots mainly, and the robots are defending the moat where all the precious loot is at.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting. So yeah, you know, you extract this stuff like that, and you it's got some really cool features. Like one feature, you know how like when you're downed in the game and you're waiting for your friend to revive you. You can actually win the game and extract while still down. You could push the elevator button and get the fuck out of there. Even had a funny moment where there's 3 ways to extract. You could take a train, which brings you underground. You could take an elevator, which I'll show soon. Well, you could take an elevator, or you could take a hatch. Now, one moment that we had was that when I opened up the hatch, I let 2 of my buddies in. I was trying to be tactical, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get into crazy moments where you're like, what the you know, and like this right here. Perfect. I got you. I'm unlocking it. Go, get inside the hatch. Get inside the fucking hatch.
Trying. I'm in. On. Thought I was in. Now I am.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No. Oh, yeah. Oh no, that just not did that just really happen?
What happened?
You didn't make it.
So yeah, I didn't make it into the hatch. The combat is insane. There were some moments where like noise is your worst enemy. You have different things that will make noise. If you try to break open a car, it makes noise. If you open up a locker, it makes noise. If you slide, it makes noise. Footsteps. make noise. So noise is your worst enemy in this game. And if you make enough noise, you're either going to be found by humans or you're going to be found by the robots. And one of the craziest features in this game is that when you die or if you kill someone, a firework goes off, like a flare.
Uh-huh.
So it tells everybody where everybody is. So now you have to be like, oh shit, these flares are going off. Who knows who's around? We need to get up and move on.
Right.
Dip the fuck out for a bit so that way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Absolutely.
It seems like an interesting game. That seems fun.
It is one of, look, I put a video out.
I think it's really cool that you do stuff like this, by the way. Like, I really do think that's neat. I know not every game is as fun or is as cool that you test, but I think it's really cool that you get to do this stuff.
Yeah, I have to say, this is a fun game. Developers are doing. Hey, and I know that Twitch is having some connection issues right now. If you guys want to come over, if you guys are on Twitch, come on over to our YouTube page, DD214 Network. And I haven't played a game where it equally looked as good and felt ready for release on a playtest.
That's cool. That's good. That's a good goddamn sign. That's a good goddamn sign.
I did the playtest for the new Monster Hunter game. Fuck. Because the game's been out now for about a month and a half.
Yeah.
It's just called Monster Hunter?
It's
Monster Hunter Worlds.
Yeah, it is Worlds, yeah.
Okay.
But I did the playtest for that, and that when I did it was also, very similar, like you're saying, where it didn't seem like a playtest. It seemed like the actual fucking game, and it was ready for release. Right. But there are developers, no matter how much shit we give the video game industry and, the reasoning behind us changing from gaming to network and all that because of the shit the video game industry's puts gamers through here lately, there are still some software development companies and dev teams out there that are going for quality over fucking quantity. They're trying to, they're actually wanting to make sure their games are complete and done and ready for launch before releasing.
Yep.
As it fucking should be. Speaking of releases, since we're on video games, did you guys hear?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear?
Well, of course we heard. I'll let you guys be negative about it real quick, and then I'll put my positive thoughts.
I don't really have a lot of negative things to say other than like not surprised whatsoever. Absolutely fucking not surprised. I also wouldn't be surprised if they dropped it next Tuesday just to be fucking assholes. So like let me state that exclusively too. Like whether it takes another year, whether it takes another year, whether they fucking delay it early, they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want, and they very clearly are.
Yep.
This is where I'm gonna play devil's advocate because they delayed it another year. This is the second time they've done this now. Because they delayed it a year last year because it was supposed to come out fucking in 24 when they initially said it was going to come out. They delayed it to this year. Now they're delaying it to next year. This is now the second time they've already fucking done it, if I'm correct. But from a devil's advocate standpoint, what if they know they don't have a product that's good for launch yet?
Yeah.
What if they're doing it because they want to make sure it's 100% and it's not a steaming pile of fucking shit like when GTA Online fucking first launched with GTA 5. Things like that.
It wasn't all the way ready when they did that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, what if that's why they're delaying it this time because they had so much slack and pushback from the communities for GTA 5 with like the GTA Online launch and shit like that. What if they're making sure and they're wanting to put it through extra paces and extra steps? I mean, again, this is just devil's advocate. They could fucking prove me wrong and fucking release a steaming pile of fucking shit next year for all we know. But what if the reason they're delaying it again is because they're wanting to make sure it's good for a launch?
We certainly hope so. We certainly hope for the best here, on the show. I'm a big fan of Rockstar games, like always have been. They typically put out the best shit, at least as far as I'm concerned. Like I'm a big single player campaign guy and when it comes to games. So it's like pretty much everything Rockstar's put out has been solid gold to me.
Yeah.
Never really had a problem with the storylines. Never had a problem with the fucking the games. By the time the games come out, it's a good play. Red Dead Redemption 2 is probably forever going to be my gold standard as far as like a masterpiece of a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, like when Red Dead 2 came out, that's as good as it's about as good as any game I've ever played in my life. You know, on several levels. So if GTA 6 comes out and can match or exceed that, I really won't be able to. There's not really a lot of shit I can talk.
Yeah.
That being said, Rockstar took a turn around the time of GTA 5, where they will straight up tell their own consumer base, the fan base, like they don't care. Fuck you. Like what we're gonna do it our way, and that's what the fuck they do. So they've kind of lost me on like the PR side,
Yeah.
right? But it's hard for me to talk shit about the games when they're released because the games are solid. So it's kind of like, you know, six of one, half dozen of another in my book.
Yep. Yes. I mean, things take time. If you want it to look good, look, I think there was more sense of relief when I saw the date. It was like, okay, we have a date now.
An official date, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like spring, you know, or summer, you know, whatever. It was like,
and yeah, it's possible it could delay. Look what happened with Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption was slated for fall of 2017, then got delayed to spring 2018, and then came out October 2018. So it's highly possible that the game will get delayed again. Ain't gonna be surprised about that, you know. Honestly,
I think that the timeline is funny though. Like if you go all the way back to GTA 1 and collect every single game that was released up to GTA 5, including GTA 5, more time has passed now since GTA 5 has been released than all the games combined that were released prior to GTA 6. So there is something a little bit to be said about that too. Like it's and we had a short conversation before the show. I know, you know, development takes time. You have to plan shit out. They obviously are planning this for like next gen consoles. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like, and how long is it going to take to get to PC? Like, no one knows.
Yeah, it's going to take years. That's why I got a PlayStation. So
yeah,
but
we'll see.
Yeah, but next to my docket, someone called me out, and instead of showing his face, I'm tired of showing his face. I'm gonna play you the clip, and I want you to tell me what you think. Okay?
Okay.
And then I'll show you how I responded.
The line's about to start, so you know there's about to be the GTA earnings call coming up. So you know people like Cyberboy and other powerful people in the GTA news like Jet Row and probably some other guns like Sanchez, all of them. They getting ready to lie. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know it's gonna be some crazy like thing like here's what they revealed in the earnings call. Details on the release date coming up. Knowing damn well there ain't no information on there. But they want to pull you in. It's sad, yeah. That's why when he was mad that I compare them to certain things, I'm like, well, look, you're lying to pull someone in off their addiction of a video game. What makes you any different than someone doing that on the street? Explain that to me. Explain that. But it's coming, so I just want to be upfront. I think today is where we are in May, so you know, and they have a voice for a certain genre, but then abuse it and don't use it properly. So here we are. The GTA 6 earnings call is going to start all the big boy lies. My only question to Cyber and Sanchez and all of them is, who's going to have the worst clickbait title? Because I know it's going to be a doozy. I just hope there's some integrity left once the game comes out.
Okay. Who the fuck is that guy?
His name is Creation Dev, and I did something special. Okay, and I am about to show you what I did. And instead of instead of doing like, and I'm gonna cut to it. Go check out the video. But I'm gonna show you what I did. I would love some feedback from you guys because you guys love comedy, right?
Always.
Instead of me doing like a whole documentary about him, telling him about all his wrongs and stuff like that, I roasted him.
Okay.
So I present to you the Clean Sanchez Media Roast of Creation Dev. And this came from an episode called Here's Your Clickbait.
Let her rip.
Me.
That was Bill Tony type shit up in here.
Again, I didn't want to do this.
All right.
Right.
You ever wonder what happened to Clarence from 8 Mile? Turns out he moved to
He didn't
YouTube,
want to do this.
changed his name to Creation Dev, and started beefing with people who actually have talent. The glow down is real. Oh man. He's got all the attitude of Papa Doc, minus the talent, the crew, and the mic. Just Doc, short for documentary on what not to do on YouTube. Everybody wants to talk about his hairline, right? Got you.
Man.
I'm convinced Creation Dev doesn't live anywhere.
He's gonna end up like me.
He doesn't live anywhere. Man's setup, the man's entire setup screams filming secretly at the place he got fired from 2 weeks ago.
Pre-recorded.
Claims to cover life sim and open world games, which is wild because his actual life seems pretty close and heavily scripted. Boom, roasted. He's not a content creator. He's a comment creator. No effort, no research, just pure knee-jerk takes, like he's live tweeting his own fucking delusions. Every video feels like it was recorded on the first take of a bad idea.
God damn, John. God damn.
Every title he writes is in caps, like he's been stuck on caps lock since 2017. Bro's channel isn't screaming for attention, it's begging. He types like he's one Red Bull away from declaring war on spell check. Boom, roasted.
Oh, God. I'm going to back you up. Watch. Go. Next.
Here we go.
Go.
Shout out to Karina, Creation Dev's #1 fan, imaginary girlfriend, and possibly his second Gmail account. Karina comments on all his videos like she's his biggest fan. Blink twice if you're a ChatGPT script gone rogue. Karina's still the only person who comments on his video. I'm starting to think she is the real Paradise Project. Sounds too good to be true. Definitely fake. Probably his alt. Boom, roasted. It's almost done, I promise. Karina's
You're good.
harder than his actual content does. She is more loyal than his hairline, and that's saying something. We're going to be done soon, guys. Don't worry. I promise you we're almost done. Creation Dev doxed Cyberboy like he thought it would unlock a boss fight. Bro really woke up one day and said, you know what'll help my dying channel? Tiptoeing into a federal offense. Boom, roasted. It's so hard for a scam. You make the Fire Festival look well organized.
Ouch.
Yeah. You're almost done. You don't mention someone 100 times like Cyberboy unless you're trying to date them or be them. Creation dev's not obsessed. He's in a parasocial relationship with projection. Boom, roasted. That was a good one. That was a good one. He talks about Cyberboy more than his own family. His obsession was love. He's already picking out wedding fonts and crying over a montage that doesn't exist. Almost done, I promise you. This is my favorite one right here. He came for me like I was a massive content creator. You act like you're PewDiePie, but you're barely PewDiePie.
Oh.
PewDiePie. He's out here accusing PewDiePie. Hit 224. If I paid for these subs, I need to call customer service because I clearly got scammed.
I like that one. That one's my favorite.
Calling creation of a gaming journalist is like calling Alex Jones a librarian. Boom, roasted.
Damn.
This is an intervention creation, Dev. And we're here because we care. We care that you stop tagging real creators in your fucking delusions. Boom, roasted. Four more. Creation is the only guy who
God damn it.
even his own reflection unsubscribe. Boom, roasted. Creation Dev talks like a main character, films like a side quest, and acts like the game's about him. You're not even the DLC. You're the bug patch no one installed. Boom, roasted. Creation Dev is the only guy who could try to ruin other creators' names and still somehow make his own less respected in the process. Boom, roasted.
Damn.
And last but not least, this roast isn't even mean. It's charity work. Because after this, at least someone finally put effort into one of his videos. Boom, roasted.
So I want to point this out because I looked this fucker up. Hairline jokes on fucking point. Because the dude's got more fucking forehead than he's got hairline.
He's got a 5 head. He's got a 5 head.
Oh no, it's like a fucking 12. Like we could probably, if we were able to locate the city of Atlantis and bring it up from the depths of the ocean, it would fit on his fucking head in front of his hairline.
Could land a fucking 747 about that on that shit.
Yeah. Second off, in his fucking profile picture on YouTube, he is wearing a fucking mask, like, you know, COVID mask. Why?
In his profile picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. Maybe he I don't know. Yeah, sure. Like fucking
Like,
I think this is a good
want to see what this hairline looks like, Jay?
Not really, but go ahead.
Yeah, show the hairline.
Fuck it.
Let me see this goose. Like way too young. You know,
Yeah.
that I used to fucking bully when I was in the army. You know
The
what I
ones
mean?
that just had no choice but to start shaving their head fucking bald because they were getting picked on by everybody around them if they didn't.
Poor bastards, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
and of course we're not here at DD214 Network. We're not making fun of male pattern baldness, okay? But
I actually, for a second there, I didn't know that was fucking Fred. I thought that was fucking
that was
somebody
Fred.
using a soundboard like fucking
Fred.
the Kill Tony meows.
Fred,
You know what I'm talking about, John.
Yeah.
Fred's
Like-
having a fucking day. He decided to wake me the fuck up entirely too early last night, like middle of the night, which functionally happens every night, but way too early.
Yeah, but yeah,
He's having a day. Like he's having a day. Fred's on his fucking rag. How about that? Okay, Fred's on his fucking rag. Like
I just want
Fred.
I want to say thank you guys. I want to thank everybody for the support. It's been a great run. That was my comedy run. I'm now retired unless someone decides to say my name. But a couple points real quick. I'm not a GTA creator. My first GTA video came out like 2 or 3 days ago. That was about the delay. 2, like I said in the one joke, if I paid for subscribers, then I need to call customer service because I got scammed.
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't.
If there's one thing we've never, none of us have really ever worried about here, it's like in Clean Sanchez media in general. Yeah. If you want to watch, if you want to subscribe, if you want to like, fucking do it on your own time. Like we appreciate it. We love you for it, but we don't need you and you don't need us. So we figure out what you want to do for yourself. Like we ain't paying for shit. Most of our shit ain't monetized because we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. If John wants to fucking sell out, he can sell out, and I'll just take a little bit off the cheese. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Which actually, speaking of sellout, guys, for all my Magic the Gathering fans and all my trading card homies, I love you too, Islas. I love you too, man. And I just want to apologize for those on Twitch. My Twitch is bugging out right now. The connection keeps on shutting down, and I just can't shut down the podcast. So you're just gonna have to deal with a couple of notifications until the show is over. But get that sellout button ready.
Got you.
For all my homies who are card collectors, whether it's baseball cards, sports cards, protect and showcase your card collection with Dragon Scale Supplies. Dragon Scale offers top-tier storage solutions for collectors. Their products are designed for both style and protection, ensuring your cards remain in pristine collection. Explore their collection and support, and ensuring your card remains in pristine condition. Explore their collection and support the pod. Whether you're into TCG, sports cards, or whatever, Dragon Scale has everything you need to offer.
And just this is
Brad,
for
I
you.
swear to God, dude, you're on like thin ice right now. I don't know why you need so much attention today, but like you need to chill, figure it out, like real quick.
So this is for you from the dungeon.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
And then Jay just comes out of nowhere and fucking RKO's John.
yeah, like boom,
dude. Best fucking WrestleMania match the entire fucking weekend.
That one was fun. That was a fun fucking.
You know what?
I barely knew who that guy was, but like great fucking entrance, number one, and then number two, like he really has presence. That dude needs to be in WWE. He really does. He's got presence.
So he was actually.
Kinda.
There's kind of some backstory there, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, well, fuck it. Because D brought it up. Brought Joe Hendry up, and then I played a song. So back when Rusev was really big in WWE, there was a segment where Rusev's lawyer was cutting a promo to the audience during a live show. I think it was Raw. And at the time, this was before Joe Hendry was Joe Hendry.
Okay.
He was just in the back. He was like one of the extras kind of thing.
Joe Henry was the surprise opponent for Randy Orton at WrestleMania. That's what we're talking about.
He was the surprise opponent but in this case, one of the costume people was like, hey, you need to go get, a red tie, because they thought he was supposed to be Rusev's lawyer for this segment, but that wasn't what he was supposed to do. And he just fucking went and bought these red ties. He was like, what am I supposed to do with these now? And then he fucking ended up cutting a 90-second promo before he was even a fucking wrestler.
That's funny. I like that.
And now he went into NXT. He ran through NXT. He's the TNA heavyweight champion now. He made his first in-ring WWE debut at the Royal Rumble.
Okay. Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
And then now his first, match in WWE, like match out one-on-one, was this quick Randy Orton open call, which I'm going to say it now. I feel like they should just every year from here on out until Orton retires, that's like the new Taker match where they just do a open call where Randy Orton just goes into the fucking ring and then just whoever wants to come try to fucking take him out, just come down.
I'm down. That would be when you go all the way back to like the origins and the beginnings of Randy Orton's career.
Yeah,
that would make perfect fucking sense for his career and the trajectory it's been on the entire time. You know what I mean? There's not much left for him to do or conquer. Yeah. He's done it all. He's done it all. He's beat them all. He's retired a couple of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like straight up, like he's done it all. Most of them were freaking jobbers and like mid carders. Like they're not. I was surprised about the big dude.
Braun Strowman is the one that surprised me.
But he gets injured. He gets injured a lot, though.
I think I read a blurb. I'm not as well versed in the WWE universe as these two are, but I did read a blurb that his was mainly due to like repeated and specific injuries.
Yeah,
like he just can't take it no more. Poor guy can't take it no more.
He was the Derrick Rose of WWE.
Yeah, dude, it's people do not. I mean, they really don't understand it, or they underestimate how taxing on your fucking body.
I've talked about this.
That profession
hurts.
And like you said,
like famously said, like they were never on drugs until they started doing professional wrestling, and then they became addicted to painkillers. You know what I mean? Like it's like that's freaking. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, and looking at the list, Strowman, Katana Chance. I don't even know who Katana Chance is.
Jobber.
So that's
jobber.
Yeah,
those are jobbers. A lot
Kaden Carter, Dakota Kai. I know Dakota Kai. She was part of Damage Control, but again, another one of those ones that keeps getting fucking injured and has barely done anything. Shayna Baszler, another wrestler that keeps getting fucking injured and not doing shit.
Well, the WWE is like any other company. It's like any other, if you want to call it a sport, like basically where like your body is what pays the checks. Like it's like the fucking army. What happens if we get injured and we can't fucking soldier anymore, kids? We get medically discharged. You know what I mean? Like
AJ Styles.
If you can't work. We don't have a job for you. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, it's one of those things like Strowman definitely was a surprise, even though he stays injured, because when he does make a run where he doesn't get injured, he's a monster in the fucking ring.
He is. Very much so. But it looks to me like a lot of people were saying he's slowed down a lot the last couple of years. Like he's really slowed down a lot, and that's
since with him. What it really was when Bray Wyatt passed away, because him and Bray Wyatt were really fucking close friends. Yeah. And ever since Bray passed, Strowman just hasn't been on the same trajectory that he was before that.
I remember it's been a long time now. It's been 22 years when I lost my best friend. We were 22. And freaking like I was very out of sorts for about a good 18 months to like 2 years after he passed. Like I was just out of sorts, like just couldn't get my shit straight, couldn't get my head together. Like nothing mattered, nothing made sense. You know what I mean? Like just when the world says fuck you like that, you know what I mean? Just very suddenly and unexpectedly says fuck you. Like it's a kick in the dick. It's a kick in the dick. It really is. It's like, because not much you can do, you know what I mean? But by God, like still here, we got to put one foot in front of the other, but it's hard to maintain. It is hard to maintain.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, I did the light training. I mean, the shit hurts, man.
Oh yeah. Dude, that is a very, very, if we're talking about like just professions in general, professional wrestling will fuck your shit up. Like,
you know what else too? Also, people forget that when they do hit each other, when they do slap each other, sometimes they miss. And when I mean miss, means they actually hit them for real sometimes. Yeah. Like, getting your face smashed on the turnbuckle.
What was that? What's that real pretty blonde lady's name? And she had the hematoma on her fucking forehead after I don't think it was WrestleMania. It was like the week before.
It was. Are you talking about the one? Because I remember the one.
Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, and she got her tooth chipped too. In the same. Was that WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Okay, that was night one. Okay, yeah. She had a fucking hematoma on her fucking forehead and she got a chipped tooth. That's not exactly fake. You know what I mean? Like that shit happens. That shit, you take chair shots. There's a way to take a chair shot, but some chair shots like you're just taking a fucking metal chair to the face. You know what I mean?
That's Joe Hendry right there when he did the Rusev's lawyer bit.
Interesting. I loved his entrance. Like it was like, even as a complete casual, it was fun to watch. It was fun. Yeah. It was a fun match. Great fucking entrance. And dude, and what a lucky bastard. Like, your first real match in WWE is WrestleMania against Randy Orton.
Well,
that's a hell of a fucking debut.
Yeah, Ray Phoenix had a better debut, I would think. You know what I mean? Like,
which one was he?
He Luchador.
He was the luchador that faced off against El Grande Americano against the fucking Starbucks drink.
God damn it.
It's totally fucking Chad Gable.
Dude,
it's Chad Gable.
Dude, John's taking chairs. I'm pretty sure John's taking chairs.
No, I've never taken a chair, but I would be more than I'd be willing to get thrown through a table, take a chair. I'd do it. You know, I would do a fucking skit, you know, come in like, you know, it's like, forget Bert Kreischer. Bring me in.
There you go.
Bring me in. You know,
I'll power bomb you onto some fucking thumbtacks. How about that?
I won't die peacefully unless Gunther slaps the shit out of me. All right. Like I gotta feel it.
I was rewatching. Was it last week or the week before when you showed that slap that he did and it just like knocked the other dude like halfway across the ring on his ass?
Hey, I got another one for you, and a good reaction. And it actually involves CM Punk and Gunther. This shit is one of the funniest clips I've seen in a long time. Because I like watching.
What is wrong?
On the show. I'll do it on the show. Look at this shit.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's fucking.
My favorite part was just the humor in all of that. Like, him laughing and just like, I know it's not a submission move, but I'm done.
It's like I just got my soul slapped out of my body. Like he's just like, holy shit, that just happened.
Like, there's a part of me that is non-existent on this temporal plane anymore. Like.
I don't know what the name from the cat is. It's like the gray and black stripe.
Tabby.
Is that Calico? Is that a Calico cat? Like I don't know the exact brand. I don't know. I'm not a cat dude, bro. Like this, Freddy's a fucking. He was the
bar cat.
Yeah, he was the bar cat, and like I have had him for about actually it's going to be a year. It's going to be a year this month. Actually, I've had him for about a year, and he's a great cat, but. I think just something's up his butt today because he's very needy. Yeah, so I probably need to go fucking change his litter box and fucking his diaper apparently. Something, dude. Fucking.
Islas, to answer your question, I won't do a slap league, but I did find something that I kind of have an obsession with that I do want to do. Boxcar racing.
That kind of looks fun, actually.
Me and my wife have been the last couple nights. We had it's a 2-hour video that Red Bull put out of the funniest boxcar races, and it's not the races, it's the crashes that are fucking hilarious. Like it's a whole. And there was one where these two guys were in like a boxcar that was in like the Red Bull colors, but they look like teeth or something, and they fucking flew. I gotta send you guys the video. It was great.
Is it just me or like I've been enjoying the resurgence of what I would call like more like niche kind of like, you know, sporting or entertainment venues for like adults, you know, like boxcar racing, pickleball, you know, frisbee fucking golf, you know, like just some of the fucking like the stuff you don't see every day, but like there's been like a resurgence. So like more and more people are getting into it. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it's kind of cool seeing people come together to do kind of like wholesome shit. I still say, and you guys will remember because I've said this before, I still say we need fucking ESPN the Ocho because I want to watch like the competitions. I want to watch fucking what's that shit with the fucking
I was about to say, I am such a fucking redneck that I watch professional fucking cornhole.
Cornhole, thank you. Yeah, like I enjoy watching competition. It doesn't have to be a ball sport.
It
I
could
just
be
like
silly.
watching competition. Yeah, dodgeball, fucking
Yes.
like all that shit.
Yes,
all
from
that
the
shit.
dungeon.
Only dodgeball if it's Globo Gym versus Average Joe's, okay?
Dude, it's fun.
Agreed.
Dodgeball is fun to watch. It really is. 'Cause some people get fucking
fucked up.
Yeah,
They need to make basketball into a real game.
that would be fun. That would be fun. Like there's a million different like little niche sports out there. You know what I mean? But like it's fun when you're not there in person. It's fun to watch sometimes just because it's not your typical. It's not a fucking bone crunching fucking like football or hockey game. It's not fucking soccer. It's not baseball. It's not basketball. It's not your typical competition that we here in the United States freaking typically like have going at the fucking pub, down the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want to watch some of the fucking other shit. Oh my God, Freddie, dude, I love you very, very much. But like,
What do we got next?
I've been awake since almost 2:00 this morning because of you. Joe, how was your week? Shit, we're almost an hour in, and how was your week?
Good.
Oh fuck! I mean, it was a fucking week. Nothing really.
They have competition. They have a national competition for that in Japan. Actually, in Japan,
They have one here. They have one here in the States too. I
really?
tried to sign up, but I missed the deadline.
Go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
I mean, it was pretty much fucking typical week. Fucking, obviously last Sunday we talked about it, had the cookout. Fucking brisket turned out phenomenal.
Hell yeah.
Jay continues to still want to put my meat in his mouth, but
Goddamn right. I want all that. I want all of Joe's meat in my
Don't
mouth.
leave me out.
yeah.
But
yeah.
y'all
John
fuckers
wants-
got to make it to fucking North Carolina for that. So
Yeah, it's gonna. It'll happen. It will happen.
Jay's
Right.
got to get a fucking car first. So.
Yeah, that's also got to have the girls are out of school like later this month, so it's like I'm on.
You're on crunch time now because you've got trips to fucking Colorado to make. You've got
I only work part time. Occasionally, one of my bosses will call me and be like, "Hey, we have this job and it'd be good for you." They're offering me shit first, in essence, and I've had to turn down like the last 3, and I just had to be like, I can't because like I can't really afford to Uber there and back. It's hard for me to get rides and say like, "Hey, be here at this time" or drop me off at this time. It's like shit just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's time for Jay to get a car. In other words, like, yeah. Go ahead.
To answer you from the dungeon tri-tip, I've done one in the last like 6 years. I haven't attempted another tri-tip since. It's just tri-tips are a very difficult cut to get right. And I just haven't taken the time to try to perfect a tri-tip yet. But let me see here. And so y'all know this is not fucking burnt. This is fucking what it should look like with a proper bark on it. And that shit just fucking shredded. It just fell the fuck apart.
That looks amazing, Squilini.
It's fucking juicy. It was fucking flavorful.
Have you ever thought about doing like meat content? You have a knack for it, man. You really do.
But so the reason I haven't, it was fucking delicious, dude. The reason I haven't thought about doing meat content is just the fucking cost.
Bad cheap.
The cost overall, because for instance, the brisket for that 15-pound brisket, it was $120 fucking dollars.
Damn. That's
For
really not bad.
I mean, for 15 pounds, it's not bad, but it's one of those things like to properly, because, doing content already, it's not that kind of meat content. But like, because even like, because I smoke turkey, I do chickens, I do fucking, the pork shoulders all the time. I do all different types of things.
Yeah.
But it's just the cost and the amount of food waste I would have afterwards. Because if I do a pork shoulder or 2 pork shoulders and it's just me and the wife, for instance, that's gonna, I'm gonna get some content out of it, but there's so much left over that it just ends up going in the trash.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I haven't dove into it. Like, so for instance, if you and Jay lived closer or something, I could always do a fucking video on a weekend and y'all just come over and fucking eat.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I don't have enough people directly in my area that I could get to come over every fucking weekend to do it, to be able to put out enough content doing it to justify the overall price.
Well, who does wholesome content anymore? How I give this out to homeless people? Are there homeless people in North Carolina?
There's fucking okay. So speaking of homeless people, wife about fucking shit her pants the other night.
Why?
So there's tons of homeless people up and down the main road right outside of our neighborhood. Because it's one of the like bigger roads through the fucking city. Like it goes from one end of the city to the other.
Shit.
Well, there was some dude, his fucking van was broken down on our fucking street. We came home from fucking dinner. It was late. When we left, he was being told by the police to get out of the church parking lot because the church was having an event that night. So the church said he had to go. Kind of situation. And me being the fucking decent ass human being I am, I was like, well, let me go see if he needs any help. Dropped her off at the house. I drove around, went to see.
I think that's everywhere.
It's everywhere, but here the cops have kind of cracked down on it. So like they put up signs on like the medians and stuff that say no standing or sitting.
No handling shit like that.
Yeah, to where it limits the places they can ask for money.
Yeah.
But this guy, he, his truck was broke down. He lives in his fucking van type of situation. What it was someone in the area gave him gas, but they gave him diesel.
Oh shit.
So he had to drain the fucking diesel out of his tank. And then in the process of trying to get the vehicle to turn over, he killed the fucking battery on his van. So I just was like, okay, you got jumper cables. I'll let you jump off of my car and fucking, then you can get on your way. Cause he was able to obtain gas. But the wife was just fucking freaking out the entire time. I've got my fucking gun on me, of course, because I mean, it's a homeless guy. I don't fucking know what he might do. But, I'm not going to fucking just leave you stranded on the fucking side of the road either.
Yeah. Let's see.
So that was fucking Friday night.
Also known as loitering from the dungeon. That's loitering.
Yeah.
Do they wash your windows and then say you need to pay? So it's funny because sometimes you see that every now and then over here. You'll see someone with the fucking wash bucket and they'll start cleaning your windshield.
Yeah, they don't do that shit around here.
Yeah, man, that's a big thing over here in Jersey.
Well, that's a big thing in a lot of your bigger fucking cities.
I don't see it. There's plenty of homeless here in Kansas City, but I don't see a lot of the. It's more panhandling than anything. You know what I mean? Like they're not trying to like wash your windows. They're just sitting on the side of the road with a sign, basically. Like, well, yeah, right. Church failed the test, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things. Like, it is what it is. I helped him. He got fucking on his way. He had a fucking so he's living in his van. He has a dog. So, I gave him, because I was like, well, do you have any, because he was waiting on one of, I guess, his fucking homeless buddies that's also in the area that went over to the gas station to get gas so they could, after they drained the diesel fuel out of the tank, they could put gas in it. So I was like, well, I'll come back around in about 30 minutes, gives enough time to get to the gas station to get the gas and get back to where he was broke down at. And I was like, well, you know, I see you've got a dog. Do you have food for your dog? Do you have water for the dog? You know, just basic things for the dog. And I just gave him fucking the rest of the fucking cat's kibble that wasn't in their food bowls. Cause
no, we're not fucking doing that from the dungeon. Oh, no. No, not getting any more. No more fucking.
So, I mean, well, the thing is Laws, I was homeless at one point myself. So I have a little bit more
empathy,
but at the same time, I can also tell when someone's bullshitting. So like when I first dropped the wife off and I looped around to see if he needed any help, and I sat in the car and I was talking to him out the window, I was kind of gauging, is this guy just bullshitting me or does he seriously need fucking, you know, some help before I actually fucking helped?
You did good, Joe. You did what the fuck you're supposed to do. So yeah. Did you watch any movies or anything? Did you like no?
I mean, I just fucking this weekend we barely were fucking home.
Okay.
So
nothing wrong with that.
I got caught up with the Arc Raiders thing. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you.
We went to so there's this K-pop place. I'm not sure if you're aware of what that is. Korean barbecue and hot pot. So pretty much you're cooking your own fucking food at the table yourself. You just order, you know, the meats, the fucking veggies, everything that you want. They bring it to you. You fucking cook it yourself at your table kind of deal. You forgot the asterisk at the end from the dungeon.
What's Thunderbolts?
The newest Marvel movie.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it the highest MCU rating of all time, and I'm hearing a lot of good things.
It got a really good fucking rating.
Who are the comic book characters in there?
So it's Winter Soldier, Red Guardian, White Widow, or the new Black Widow, Yelena, Ghost,
Red Guardian.
I said Red Guardian, U.S. Agent. So did you ever watch Captain America and the Winter Soldier or Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yes.
On Disney Plus, the show with Mackie and fucking Sebastian Stan.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Temu Captain America is in it.
Temu Captain America is in it.
I like that.
I love that one, John.
Well played. Well played. By the way, John, your little roast of like what's his fucking dick, dude, was pretty. I loved it, dude. I loved it, dude.
What's his dick? Jesus Christ.
Fuck that guy. He needs to get.
I mean, Korean barbecue.
John's name out of his fucking mouth.
The place that's Korean barbecue and hot pot. So hot pot, they have little hot plates on the table, and then they just bring you a bowl of broth of your choosing, and then you can cook your meats and stuff in that. And then they also have a big center like grill area where you can grill your own meat.
You go to a fucking restaurant, you got to cook your own fucking food.
That's the whole style of the fucking restaurant, but it's all you can eat. Wait, Jay.
Nope.
Listen here though.
Fucking damn it.
It's all you can fucking eat. This place you get 3 hours. It's $30 for 3 fucking hours, and all you can fucking eat. I walked out that bitch with meat sweats like a motherfucker yesterday.
Well, yeah, you dude. God damn it. You got to cook your own fucking food.
It's an experience. It's not.
That's not an experience. That's the experience of fucking cooking at home.
No, these places from the dungeon, I guarantee you there's a fucking Korean barbecue place near you.
God damn it, dude.
It's not only in North Carolina, because these places, so like the Korean barbecue and hot pot places are really common in Korea.
I don't get
it's a big thing there. Where's fucking Ace when we need his ass?
It's just not
Where's
my
First
bag.
Sarge?
I'm not paying to go cook my own food. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm too fucking lazy for that shit. I'm just too fucking lazy.
Jay's like, I don't even like cooking my own fucking food at home. What makes you think I want to fucking do it at a restaurant?
That's what I'm fucking saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like shit, man. That's funny.
So,
that is funny. That is funny. So yeah.
That's
I saw that movie Warfare.
You don't have to wash the dishes.
Thank
That's
you.
a plus.
That too, right?
So
I mean, I got to cook my own food, but at least I ain't got dishes to do afterwards.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I saw Warfare.
No spoilers. I'm gonna watch it. What did you think as a veteran? Watching a movie that was supposed to depict
It's a Navy SEAL team in Ramadi. It's based on the recollections of the guys that were there during the event. And it's basically just, it's kind of like, a mission when shit starts going wrong and stuff starts happening. And them just like really the whole movie is them just trying to get the fuck back out of there. And
was there music at all in the movie?
If there was, I don't think so. There was a lot of like, it's pretty graphic. It is not your typical war movie. It is a war movie for sure, obviously, but it is not your average fare. This is not Platoon. This is not goddamn 13 hours in Benghazi or whatever, or 13 hours, whatever. This is not your typical war movie. There's fighting, there's gunfire, there's explosions, but this is not what you will see in a lot of other war films. So I would give it extremely high marks. Their movements, the way they moved, the way they carried out some of their actions, they did very, very good. They did very, very good. Like it looked like it's supposed to look. And like they moved and maneuvered how they were supposed to move and maneuver. But the majority of the movie takes place basically in a single house, and they kind of get stuck in this house for a little bit.
So they build tension.
And then I think I read somewhere that they tried to do it as in real time. So like once a certain event takes place in the movie, everything after that event is real time. So like it takes the exact amount of time as it took in real life for this shit to happen, for other things to happen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I will say it is very visceral. It is very, very visceral, and it's at times it can be uncomfortable to watch. Like there's a lot of screaming, like painful screaming, not like screaming like being mad at something, like screaming in pain. And after a while it's rough to listen to. You know what I mean? Like you ever had like one of your kids ever get like a fucking ear infection and they start crying, you know what I mean? And you just can't stop them from crying because like all they know how to do is fucking cry from the pain. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of that. It was definitely it was a good movie. I would probably rate it probably like high B, low A. Although
low A.
Yeah, and probably like if the way they moved and maneuvered, I was impressed with. So it was clear that a lot of they had their military advisors probably were some of the SEALs that were involved, and they showed them how to look like they look when they move and maneuver.
The co-director of the movie is a Ramadi veteran too. So yeah. I believe that from what I understand, it's parts of stories put together that happened in Ramadi or something like that.
It might be. Well, and they did a good job. I would say.
How were the uniforms?
They're all right. It wasn't. I was a lot more focused on, because I kind of realized it like going into it, like it's kind of like slow paced. But that's basically like kind of like when you're in the military, a lot of shit, like you're kind of just waiting for something to happen. And then something happens, and then you're waiting again to fucking to get, you know, to extract or to freaking what's the next step? You know, what are we doing next?
Yeah.
And there's waiting that's involved in that. And it's kind of like like I said, this is not going to be your typical war movie. I would recommend watching it because it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, it's like, this is why dudes have PTSD. You know, like shit, when like one bad day is all it takes, right?
Mhm.
And this shows a bad day in the life of SEAL Team 5, I believe. It just shows a bad day in the life of SEAL Team 5. People get injured, people get fucking fucked up. Shit's going sideways, nothing's going right, everything's going wrong. But we got to do something. We can't just fucking sit here. We got to do something.
Yeah.
You know, like decisions have to be made. So that's kind of what I'm, you know, basically what I'm getting at. And so it was, I'd say overall in whole, it was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was a very well done depiction of that particular time frame in Iraq. You know what I mean? Like the whole Sunni triangle, and you had Ramadi and Fallujah and fucking I forget the other one. And it was just like, it was a shit show. It was a fucking shit show. Every time you went out the gate, that could be the day. That could be the fucking day. Good luck. Good fucking luck. You know what I mean? So, anywho.
Absolutely. So let's catch a couple things here. Did you guys talk about the new?
Yeah, I'm not. I can watch it later.
I see from the dungeon had a question about Xbox raising the price or Microsoft raising the prices on consoles and video games.
Here's why they're doing it, and this is just me. I'm gonna say this. They're doing it because nobody's buying their shit. The reason nobody's buying their shit is because
they suck.
When you have a gaming PC, you don't need an Xbox.
Straight up.
You need a PlayStation, but you don't need an Xbox.
And
you only
alternately, like, how are you going to convince me to get a next gen console, like the current gen console, basically? But I have an Xbox One. How are you going to convince me to get a next gen console when like you've barely got a library for it?
Well,
like nothing is convincing me to buy anything next gen right now because there isn't enough out, and we're already like several years into the fucking cycle.
Here's the other thing with the Xbox side of things. Everything they've released for the Xbox for the Series X and S has also had counterpart releases for the Xbox One. They haven't stopped releasing new shit for the One. So the entire fucking game library for the new consoles for the S and X are all also going on to the fucking One.
It is what it is, and I'm not surprised, but I will say raising the price of your consoles is not a move to make if you want new customers. Consoles do not appreciate in value until they're like 20 years old. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like I might be able to get rid of my original Xbox right now just because there might be a nostalgic collector out there. You know what I'm saying? But I've got a retro video game store up the road. I can go buy an original Xbox.
No,
fucking
I've got old consoles right here. So I got old consoles as my setup right here, and most of them are Xboxes. Why? Because I play gaming on PC mostly.
Consoles do not appreciate in value. They're not houses.
Xbox does not appreciate anything. That's why they're
this though. My Switch, my limited edition Zelda Switch. I just checked on eBay the other day. You want to know how much the last one sold for?
How much?
$800 fucking dollars.
How much did you get yours for?
$350.
Okay. I mean, but that's more of like a collector's item though.
Yeah, they only made like I think it was like 1,500 of them or some shit like that. Like
that's different. But you're talking but it's not a house. Like consoles are not houses.
But yeah,
they don't appreciate in value. They depreciate.
Yeah.
Like, there's a million billion of them out there. There's nothing special about anyone in particular if they're mass produced. And if you don't have a fucking library, like I don't need to pay $80 for a game I'm not even going to play in the first place. So it just ain't going to happen. So like good luck to Microsoft with their fucking with their fucking gaming community. Good luck.
And the thing is, with Microsoft at the same time, it's like all of their fucking exclusives, like anything that's Xbox and PC exclusive, they auto put on fucking Game Pass the fucking second it comes out nowadays.
Basically.
So where's the incentive for me to go buy a fucking video game anymore when I can just pay $20 a fucking month for Game Pass?
Yeah.
And just play what the fuck I want.
If you have a PC, a PlayStation, and a Switch, you got the full setup.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I have an Xbox One, a PS4, and that's all I need. Like, yeah. I'm fat. I'm fat and happy in my house. Like, I really am.
I can get from the dungeon. Come to North Carolina. I've got a fucking retro game store that'll sell you one for fucking $70.
Yeah. That's all they're fucking worth.
Don't go on fucking eBay.
I mean, that's how much the damn company is worth. God damn.
Pretty much.
You know, it's just. I mean, I don't know. With the whole, they've just gotten so whack. But we got a couple more things. I want to show you guys something real quick that came up from the Coast Guard.
Okay.
And then we have some really wild shit to talk about too.
Okay.
Is it the topic I'm dying to talk about?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm opening that one.
Oh yes.
That's all. You take that one.
I was drunk, pissed off, and recording a video the other night about this fucking topic. Let's just put it that way.
So yesterday, a video was released by the Coast Guard. Damn, you're ripping Xbox. Yeah, because they're fucking terrible. The small boat crew of the U.S. Coast Guard Cutter Kimball, WMSL 756, interdicts a suspected drug smuggling vessel while patrolling the Eastern Pacific Ocean on April 17th, 2025. Now, we saw the Coast Guard do that one badass video when they were opening up the submarine. Now we have this.
When that motherfucker jumped off the fucking cutter right onto the top of the submarine, banged on the fucking lid, and the dumbasses opened the fucker. Like, oh, who's there?
Yep. Now watch this. So I'm really loving this video, man. I'm just gonna be straight honest with you.
I was just gonna say, like, so my dick's fucking hard. Like, fucking who else has a chubby? Like,
this shit is so fucking. It's so cool, and like, you know, a lot of people.
I want to do that,
right?
That's, dude. Like,
I back, knees, and all. I don't give a fuck. I just want to go fucking high-speed chase on a boat and then just fucking detain some drug smugglers. Fuck this shit.
Dude, I've said it before. I'll say it again. If you're joining the U.S. military, if you want to do your MOS every single day for your entire career, join the Coast Guard.
Mm-hmm.
They do their actual jobs every fucking day. So, like,
yeah, they're unlike Jay as a grunt, unlike me as an MP, a combat MP, not an MP, because there's differences there. But me as a combat MP, I trained every day. Jay trained every day. We didn't get to fucking do cool shit like this every fucking day. No. So MOS is your military occupational specialty. That's the job you had while you were in.
Yeah.
I was a 92 golf.
Clean, however, did his job every fucking day because he was a cook.
Well, but not necessarily. We had safety stand down days. We had days where we had to spend all day in a fucking
Thursdays.
We had to do PowerPoints and stuff like that. We had days where we had to do like stuff that was not MOS related, not job related. This shit, like, the Coast Guard does their job fucking 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Like, if you want to do your job every fucking day, join the fucking Coast Guard.
Yeah.
Those boys and girls do not fucking play. They do not fucking play. And dude, and good luck fucking smuggling shit on our fucking Pacific coast, dude. Holy shit, those poor bastards.
It's such good footage because you see the helicopter circling the boat and you're just like, oh, they've been watching them a while.
Like, dude, you're F-U-C-K fuck, dude. If they find you, you're fucked. You might as well shut the engines off and just fucking call it a fucking life.
They look like they were still driving when they were approaching them too.
They probably didn't necessarily even know they were coming. Like those boats that they're on are pretty fucking fast.
For the longest time, I didn't. But
yes, they are
here lately, and
they are a branch of the United
States. Once I got
States.
in, I learned real quick the Coast Guard actually is effective as a branch of the military. For the longest time, I didn't look at them that way, but now I will 100% agree. They're a branch of the fucking United States military. Yep. Their checks have DOD stamped on them, just like fucking the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Space Force.
You get a DD214 when you exit service.
I consider the Space Force less fucking military than fucking the Coast Guard.
For now.
For now.
Until we get space shuttle door gunners like me. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the job I want. I did my part.
It's my part. Before I actually joined, and this was actually when my wife and I were still living as vagabonds in New York City. I actually went to the Coast Guard office in downtown New York City, which is right on the river, right across from Staten Island. New Jersey's right across, and they have the Department of Homeland Security on the Coast Guard base by the Staten Island Ferry. And I went in there, and I remember I did the application. The guy looked at me up and down, and I had several tattoos already. He was just like, no.
he was like, no, just
bye.
Yeah.
Like instantly. And then a couple years later, you
were in the Army.
I mean, and the thing is, like, the tattoo standards over the years have changed. Like, that's
absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
I got grandfathered in when I joined the Army with a hand tattoo and a tattoo on the back of my neck.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know what they did recently? They changed the fucking policy. That hand tattoo and the tattoo on the back of your neck are perfectly okay now, according to policy.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
you don't need to get grandfathered in for that shit anymore.
Basically, I mean, the shit changes all the time.
But that's because they've learned that fucking having tattoos is not going to make you any less effective of a fucking soldier than fucking not having tattoos.
No, it doesn't.
It's not 1980 something. It's not taboo.
No, it's not. And to answer a question from the dungeon, there are podcasts from active duty soldiers, and I'm certain some of them probably put their shit out from their barracks room or their house.
The U.S. Army has an official one.
I mean, for the longest time before Jay fucking got out, Jay was active duty doing this podcast.
Yeah, I wasn't doing it from base because I lived off base, obviously. But I'm very certain from the dungeon there are people on different bases that have podcasts and they're active duty. It's almost a given. Just in the United States Army alone has over 1 million active duty troops. That's just the Army.
Yeah, on top of
that's not counting the Air Force, Marines, Navy. You know what I mean? Like, so it's guaranteed somebody's fucking out there. Somebody's out there doing it.
And podcasting has become so popular too. You know what I mean? And the Army likes to embrace things. They got the gaming team. They embrace that quickly.
This podcast started almost like as like a therapeutic thing for us during COVID. You know what I mean? Like, we really like the origin and the genesis of this podcast was rooted deeply in like, we're going to get together once a week on Sundays. Just it's like proof of life and fucking we'll have a good time and we keep going. You know what I mean? Like that's where it started.
COVID's really where I kind of got into content creation myself. Like, obviously I met y'all after COVID, but like my initial journey when I was still going under the Jedi Master Squid fucking naming before tech became a thing, before the name changed because of all that bullshit.
Mickey Mouse bullshit.
Go run back about 2 years worth of fucking episodes. Actually, I noticed it was September of 2022 was when I officially had to do the name change.
I vaguely remember that. Because September 19th, 2022 was when I did my first stream
under the new name, under the Tech Guy Gaming moniker.
And that was right. And that was right before my former girlfriend got into her car accident.
Yep.
That was right, right before that.
But fuck. I'm gonna kick off this next part of this segment.
Let me get something to drink real quick. I'm gonna need a drink for this. Give me one.
Yeah, we might go a little bit longer today, guys, than we normally do.
If you guys have something to drink, we might want to put up a disclaimer too. We're gonna be talking about some fucking heavy shit here in a second. So fucking be forewarned. Fucking trigger warnings ahead. So
trigger warnings. Be prepared to get pissed off. Because it's shit's gonna get fucking deep. I sent a video to both John and Jay earlier this week and asked them to watch it, and we're gonna dive into it. I'm gonna share some of the video on our episode.
Yeah,
because it's necessary. It's necessary for you guys to see the hurt this person has while they're talking about it on their fucking podcast and why it enrages us. So this is where I was talking about not even maybe 15 minutes ago, drunk, pissed off Friday night, recording a fucking video, or Thursday night. I don't remember what fucking night it was. I was up pretty fucking late doing it. I think I even went live on my fucking Twitch for the first time in a long time while I was recording, because I was trying to bring in some live interaction while I was making my video on this topic. So there's this other veteran podcast, the Unsubscribed podcast. It's
great show, by the way.
Huh?
It's a great show.
Phenomenal fucking show. It's one of the only other podcast. It's one of the only podcasts I actually watch.
Aside from how heavy the topic was, I was like, fuck, I might need to check this podcast out.
This wasn't even, this was kind of, the way this episode that I shared with you guys came out, and just a little backstory on this before we watch a little bit of it. This specific episode that I shared with you two was kind of they finished recording their regular release for that week episode. And then this topic, the member of the team, or their guest in this case, because he's not actually part of the Unsubscribed team, he's just a regularly appearing guest on the podcast. He had some heavy topic he needed to get off his chest and talk about. So this isn't a typical episode. Typical episodes, it's them just sitting around drinking, shooting the shit, laughing, fucking having a good time.
Kind of like us.
Kind of, yeah, just like us, but they're all in the same fucking room. But They also are all bigger fucking content creators, have a shit ton of money. The room they record their podcast in is the fucking living room of a house they bought specifically to do this podcast in.
They bought a house to do a podcast.
Yes.
It's more common than you actually think.
And then when they have guests come in and stuff, there's a second floor with rooms for the guests to stay in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I get it. If you've got enough subscribers, if you're making enough money, I guess I could see it.
Well, they've got 713,000 subscribers just on their on the podcast channel, but then each one of them does content on their own full time. That's all they do for the most part, except one of them being the one in this topic here. So I'm going to go ahead and share out my screen.
Yeah,
with audio.
I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about this because this is something we don't really break the fourth wall with this one too much. So to be able to, especially three of us being parents, you know what I mean? It's definitely super important. Yeah. So go ahead.
And let me know.
It pissed himself.
And when his parents
came, sorry, I'm getting fucked up. When his parents came to pick him up.
Take your time, brother.
Yeah, sorry. Give me a second.
You're all right, man.
When his parents came to pick him up, the school did not disclose to the parent that the kid was a part of an attempted abduction. So when parents asked him, why did my kid piss his pants at school? the teachers and the people in charge did not tell them that there was an attempted abduction. The school then deleted the video of the attempted abduction.
The fuck?
In the district attorney's office, excuse me. And the district attorney's office only got it because somebody within the school had the wherewithal to record it and then give it to them. The district attorney's office has sent subpoenas, so like court order documents from judges that are signed, to the school's legal representatives, and those representatives have intentionally not responded to them. Now, here's the weird thing, which is like this is the biggest issue right here. Is that specific one is the one that sent me over the edge. Obviously, I'm emotional from it. So, the biggest issue with this entire story.
Okay.
Yeah, that's some shit that's like
that's crazy.
Well, it's freaking like this is the reality we live in certain places in and around our country, where people being afraid of people are starting to become afraid of doing the right fucking thing. Yeah. And like what the gentleman from Angry Cops was describing was there was an attempted abduction of 2 students at a particular elementary school in upstate New York, specifically Buffalo. It was a little girl and a little boy. They ended up being okay, but there was things withheld from the parents, and knowledge was withheld. You know, like when we're in the army and your sergeant like wants you to just like figure something the fuck out on your own and won't tell you anything. Yeah. It's like this is the shit, and this is not the only example he uses. By the way, this is not the only example he uses. If you watch this whole video, is about 37 minutes long. But
we'll have it linked in
I'll put the link right now
in the description even of this episode if we can when this goes live as a just make sure it's in the description too so people can go back and watch the whole fucking thing, because
this was not small potatoes. Well, like what like to see a guy like the gentleman that does Angry Cops lose his shit, you know, it's bad. The dude's a drill sergeant. He's a fucking cop. He's been a member of Special Victims Unit for several years. So he sees a lot of shit. He sees a lot of shit. This is the shit that like starts. It's like the stuff that starts chapping your ass. You know what I mean? When like we're dealing with kids, we're dealing with freaking dangerous scenarios, and then we have a public school system that's so scared of its own shadow, they refuse to do the right thing. And that's a rough as a parent of children, right? Any parent probably that gives 2 shits or a fuck about their kids. Holy fuck, dude. Like I burned bright like the sun in not in a good way watching this video. When after Joe sent it and I watched it, the morning I watched it, I was burning hot like the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit fucks me up on the inside. You know what I mean? Like it brings back a lot of bad memories, a lot of fucking bad traumas, just in general, experiences, life experiences with some of my experiences as a kid, my experiences as an adult around children, around kids, my kids, the whole enchilada. It just it opens up like Pandora's box, basically. This poor bastard goes out and does it like every other day, which I don't know. Like, yeah.
I want to say too, like I've spoken about some of my experiences too, and thank God that those children turned out to be safe in the end.
In the end, yeah.
And it hurts too, because you want to trust your school system. You know, you want to trust your school system, and you can't.
And I'm gonna read some stuff too, because there's I've done a lot of research and digging, and you know, I follow the crew of the Unsubscribed podcast because I love the content they put out between the Fat Electrician, Donut Operator, Brandon, Habitual Line Crosser, fucking Angry Cops, Rich. They're all fucking great guys. Mm-hmm. Rich is actually he's in the Army Reserve and a drill sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
and also a member of the Buffalo Police Department in Buffalo, New York. So like for those that are aware of what the reserves do, 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of the year type thing, because he's a drill sergeant, he during the summer always has to go to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, because his MOS is combat engineer, and do some time as a drill sergeant with a OSIC class. But I mean, I follow all these guys religiously. This pisses me off as a parent, what the Buffalo public school system has done. It's really more as a parent and as a decent fucking human being is why this pisses me off so fucking much. And after this video came out, this is a letter that the superintendent of the Buffalo Public Schools sent out to all staff. Dear BPS staff, it is my great pleasure to serve as your superintendent of schools. Unfortunately, over the weekend, some untrue allegations were shared about the Buffalo Public Schools. And I want to personally reassure you that I truly appreciate the dedication, hard work, and passion you bring to our schools and the students and families we serve each and every day. Your professionalism and commitment to providing a learning environment that is welcoming, safe, and inclusive of all students and families does not go unnoticed. In addition, our centrally located staff, service center staff, bus aides, and drivers also support a prioritization of safety and security for all campuses, buses, and offices, and providing an excellent education. As your superintendent, please know that I am proud to work with so many caring and talented people. I want to personally thank you for your continued support and dedication. This superintendent is the way this was put. This was a leaked memo from the public schools, and the fat electrician, he's the one that posted it on Twitter. The picture of the memo, and he tagged fucking Buffalo Public Schools in the fucking tweet.
Good.
He was like,
that's what we do.
Yourself. And this is what he said. He said, leaked memo from at Buffalo Schools essentially reads, I'm a good boss. Please don't tell on me.
Yeah. That's basically like, yeah, that's like, it's like, I didn't see anything in there about fucking, dude, fuck those motherfuckers, dude. Fuck those motherfuckers. And it's, and fucking, this is the shit that needs to be brought to light.
Wait. Here's a better one. Here's some more information that I'm just now seeing. So apparently all of Buffalo Public Schools board meetings are live streamed on YouTube, except the one they had the Monday after the fucking podcast episode we're looking at here went live, where they addressed the allegations that fucking Rich put against the fucking school system.
Of course they wouldn't. What? Yeah. Why would they want the public
fucking to cover up anybody? Like, I mean, this is just fucking ridiculous. Let's see up here. If we scroll a little bit further, so fat electrician used Freedom of Information Act to request records from the school system. This is the email he gets back from the Buffalo Public Schools system. We are in receipt of your request for records under the New York State Freedom of Information Law dated May 2nd, 2025. The Buffalo City School District is researching your request and will be in contact with you on or before 20 business days from the date of this letter to discuss any scheduled concerns or clarifications that might be required or to provide the records you have requested.
You got to wait 3 fucking weeks.
That's almost a year. You guys think this was an inside job? What do you guys think?
Well, it's obvious they're trying to cover their own tracks so they don't get sued into fucking oblivion by the fucking parents of the kids that like almost got kidnapped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was obviously a security breach in the school. Somebody got on campus and there was an attempted abduction of 2 small children. And that
was reported.
They're like, dude, they're clearly scared of their own shadow. They're clearly like, these are cowards. We're talking about cowards and cowardly fucking behavior. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like it like, and it's one of those things where some people are so scared of like what might happen or what could happen. They freeze. They freeze in place. They don't move. You know what I mean? And they'll start making all the wrong decisions just to keep themselves out of what they would consider harm's way. And it's cowardice. It's fucking cowardice. Period. Jesus Christ.
All right.
So yeah,
I'm trying to.
Let the commercial. You need pie. You need to get pie, not affiliated.
I like pie.
Crazy.
So this isn't really that topic anymore, but I want to share something that's pretty cool with fucking Rich, just the way he fucking is, like such a fucking
I feel better after getting all that
badass
off my
topic. But
fucking
wait
chest.
till he lifts his fucking coffee mug.
Thank you.
Not sure if you guys
I'm
noticed the
honestly,
fucking
like,
coffee
I'm,
mug.
like for real. Like I'm fucking. I feel like there is going to be. I am going to have some sort of repercussions because.
So, as you can see, coffee mug's pink and says "bad bitch." You want to know what they fucking dropped right after this fucking episode?
What?
For their merch?
Bad bitch.
Tech joined.
T-shirts and fucking tanks.
Oh, I might have to fucking like get one of them. Oh, that's
so
cute.
there's the T-shirt. They also released it in the tank top, and I already ordered one of both.
Did you really?
Yep.
Nice.
Because of the way I'm supporting this fucking cause. Like that shirt came out because of that video, and now it's like,
oh, it's on. Take my money. Take my money.
It's amazing, content creators, especially like Angry Cops, being a detective in the Buffalo system and things like that, and fighting the good fight because he knows what's good. And like many other people, he didn't have to do this. He didn't have to make other people aware, but he felt that this was the right thing, as it is, to let whoever wants to listen, whoever cares, that this is happening.
And just keep an eye on the Unsubscribed podcast channel, guys. Because there is an update video that was supposed to drop yesterday on this entire fucking situation.
Yeah,
due to technical difficulties, however, they had to postpone it till today. So at some point today, there's going to be an update video from the Unsubscribed crew on the situation.
Send that link to the group chat whenever it comes in, Joe.
Yeah, because they're pretty much the Unsubscribed crew pretty much told Buffalo Public Schools, if you want a third-party investigation, give the Unsubscribed podcast crew 72 hours, and they can fucking investigate it for them.
Right. So some of these things are not that hard to do, and not everything needs to move at a fucking snail's pace. I just want to remind everybody out there, like we are a veteran-centric podcast, so we do take notice of certain things over other things. But one thing that was drilled into us severely during our time in service is to do what is morally and ethically correct. Okay. What we're talking about right now, what the gentleman from Angry Cops, brought to light, he's doing what is morally and ethically correct. It might not make everybody fucking comfy and warm and fuzzy inside, but he's doing it because it's the right goddamn fucking thing to do. Okay. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. And sometimes you'll get a little bit of gray in the middle. Okay. This is not a gray area. There's fucking right and there's fucking wrong. And he's doing the right thing. And anybody that kind of steps on the other side of the line of that is wrong. Like that's straight. That's it. Some things are very black and white in this world. And it doesn't take a goddamn rocket scientist to know, yeah, that was probably the right thing to do, or, oh, that was probably the wrong thing to do. It's that obvious. And that's why we can throw our support behind guys like these, because they're doing what is fucking correct. Like you're never going to catch us willfully covering shit up or whatever. Like me and John have already taken steps in the past on this podcast to get rid of people that were not doing the correct thing. Right. So like, this is not our fucking first rodeo either. If you ain't fucking doing the right thing, get the fuck out. We don't need you. We don't fucking need you. You know what I mean? Straight up.
And we'll take you out.
We like to joke around. We like to have fun. We like to drink our beers and smoke our smokes. All that is fine and dandy. But if you're a goddamn like immoral asshole, fucking, we're not hanging. Like Joe has seen how I react to people acting like fucking assholes.
What happened in saloons in the 1800s when an unworthy person came into the bar?
Bink, like fucking like
Well,
you're like,
and not just that, like, let's take what the unsubscribe crew is doing and compare to what we are, our mentality. We have the same fucking mentality as that entire fucking crew also.
because obviously they took their service seriously, of course.
I'm going to tell you this. I don't care who you are, political figure, fucking content creator, fucking Joe Schmo at the fucking Walmart. If you fuck around, you will find out eventually.
Straight up.
And it's best not to fuck around when there's a lot of fucking veterans watching.
Yeah, because we will call you out on it. And on top of that, not only will we call you out on it, we expect to be called out if we're on some bullshit.
Yeah, we call you out on it.
We expect to be called. If I'm on some bullshit someday, your ass better fucking call me out on it.
And
Or
people
I'll judge you twice as hard if you don't call me out on it.
And people get called out.
Yeah.
Tim Kennedy, Michael Kaiser, the list goes on. You get called out.
Jocko Willings.
Yep.
Jocko.
You will, yeah, dude. There is nothing wrong with taking our service and using it to leapfrog and stepping stone into other areas and other facets of life. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. But if you do it in the wrong way, you'll get called out real quick. You'll get called out real quick. That's why I sent both of these gentlemen copies of my DD214 and one of my NCOERs because my computer's acting funny.
Boobard.
It's not quite there yet, but it's acting funny.
It's getting there.
It's getting there. So I was like, I wanted to make sure I had copies of this in other places. So that way, if I ever need a quick, like I need to print it off real quick or I need to do something, like these guys have copies too. They can fact check Jay on my shit. I just sent them shit from my service. And so they both can see exactly what the fuck I've done. Like,
and here's exactly what I did when I got that fucking email. I dropped it into the fucking cloud and I dropped it into fucking a hard drive. I took that fucking hard drive and I threw it into my fireproof safe. I didn't fucking give, and then I deleted the fucking email because I don't give two shits. I don't need to fact check Jay. I've seen enough and I see how Jay carries himself. I know fucking Jay's honest about the fucking shit.
I don't have anything to prove to anybody. And when you go through your service, when you're proud of your service, you know what you did, you know what you didn't do. There's no reason to embellish. There's no reason to. But I might not remember every last little detail the exact way it may or may not have gone. But that's why I have fucking battle brothers and battle sisters.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you're not out there telling people you fucking were walking around with a backpack full of fucking grenades.
No, I wasn't. No,
Kim Kennedy, I'm calling your ass out. That's what that was.
I've carried grenades a few times on a few different missions, but it's not.
Dude, if I had a grenade on me, it was like one or two fucking clipped here or there. I didn't have,
it was taped. They were taped. They were taped up. Like before you did anything, like I would have to fucking take the goddamn tape off because they were still taped. Like it was a combat mission, but grenades were not exactly planned on being used unless shit got bad. Right. So we fucking taped them up. You know what I mean? For safety, we taped them up. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, I would clip them to my fucking, to where I needed to, or put them in a fucking pouch. I, however, never left mine taped up when I received them. The twice that I ever fucking was handed grenades to go out on mission with. And that's just for fucking the pure fucking ease of fucking being able to just pop the pouch open, grab, and fucking roll. Not trying to be pinned down, need to throw a fucking grenade for that one time. And first off, John, you're never going to fucking think of actually following through those fucking motions when you're in a combat zone and you have to toss a grenade.
Oh, I know.
That's the reason the M68 is designed the way it is to be more like a baseball. Like, that's how we ended up with like the M68 grenade. Like, it's meant to
I'm
be.
chucking that bitch through a fucking window and I'm already behind a brick wall as it is. I don't need to fucking do the whole fucking motion like I'm fucking throwing shot put.
Hey, listen, you don't forget the fundamentals, okay?
No, you don't. And here's a little funny tidbit. I can't wait for a war movie where a grenade thrower is left-handed, because for us lefties, you actually have to hold it upside down. So like when you see people holding a grenade, yeah, 100%. And then the way the safety is now, you have to twist before you pull. And so like I have to do that backwards too. Like, because like because you're holding the spoon. You're holding the fucking spoon. Like that's the death grip. The death grip is on the spoon. Because once that pin comes out, if that fucking spoon pops, you've got 3 to 5 seconds. 3 to 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
3 to 5, not 5, not 3.
I kind of
not 4. Somewhere in between that range of 3 and 5.
and that little ball will fucking ruin your world if it goes off. You know what I mean? Like anywhere near you, that little ball will ruin your world. So like, yeah, for us lefties, we have to hold it upside down, fucking twist, fucking pull, and then fucking frag out, right?
Yeah, so you got like something like this. You put it in your chest, pull the pin.
Yeah.
It's a bag, by the way.
Except grenades don't look like that anymore.
Yeah. It's just a little bag.
Hey, raise your hand if you've fucking thrown a grenade here. Dude, all at 3 for 3, bitches.
Hey,
we've thrown
raise your hand if you ever had to
kick.
Raise your hand if you ever had to fucking beat the shit out of a fucking Air Force colonel for not throwing the grenade properly.
That was when I
the one and only time I was ever the NCOIC of a fucking grenade range. I beat the living shit out of a fucking full bird Air Force colonel.
I remember you telling me that story because well, dude, like it's dangerous. Like it's dead. Like you'll get fucked up. You will like those things don't just like explosives do not discriminate like at all, at fucking all. And I always wanted to
you
be.
need to throw them correctly too.
I didn't make it to be a drill sergeant because I was right around the time I got out. It was part of the reason I had to get out. But one of the things that scared me the most about thinking about being a drill sergeant, because I would have loved it. I would have loved to have been a drill. But one of the things that would have scared me the most is fucking grenade day.
Grenade day.
Because not everybody grew up playing baseball or softball. And like that shit's fucking spooky. That shit's fucking spooky.
Not everyone's got that arm.
And you got like it's like and those things that when they're live,
they're fast.
We throw live grenades like fucking.
Because people forget that even in like boot camp, you train with real shit. You have to have that real world experience. You're throwing real grenades. You're shooting real guns. You're shooting.
Let's talk about live fire day.
Yeah,
night ops.
Yep,
Night
ops
was my favorite training.
Yeah, well, that's and like. In the infantry, we go to the range all the fucking time. I was safety NCO more times than I can remember probably. And there were times when somebody would get flagged or freaking if somebody was walking back off the line or whatever, and they just safety violations basically. And it's like, you got to fuck dudes up, dude. You got to fuck them up. Be like quit fucking around. Like you get hands on sometimes. You really do. And it's not because you're trying to be a fucking dick or a bully. It's because that's fucking putting everyone in fucking danger. It's a goddamn weapon. If you're not taking it seriously, you're going to fucking kill somebody and not the people we're trying to. Okay. Yeah. So anywho.
Yeah. That'd be a great episode, but fuck. That was great. I mean, this was a great episode. Like I said, it was action packed. We had a lot of things to talk about. We watched a lot of things, the drama, the GTA 6 bullshit. Packed show, great show. I loved it today. But guys, you know what time it is. What are you gonna say?
I just want to say one final thing on the whole Buffalo public school system thing.
Yeah, please.
Y'all's days are numbered at this point. The amount of the fucking attention you're getting from the veteran sphere, from the general fucking public.
Yep.
Your days are fucking numbered with this fuck around and find out shit. Let me put it this way. The unsubscribe crew has they've created a fucking email for parents who have fucking similar situations in the public school system in Buffalo, New York, to contact them so they can help them get the legal fucking help they need to go after the fucking school system.
I got a buddy that lives in the area, like one of the horsemen, John, one of the horsemen. He's a firefighter too. Yeah. So
he's
I might give him a call this week and see what he's heard on the fucking, like if he's put his ear to the rail yet. and see see what he sees.
This is the post that came out where they were like, here's the tip line. And this is just the last thing on this, and then we can wrap. But if you're a parent, student, or teacher with information about incidents that may have been mishandled by Buffalo schools, please email us at takethehighroad@gmail.com. And the way they did high, they spelt it like Rich's last name, like Angry Cop's last name, HY. Because its name's Richard High.
Okay.
So
I gotta say for a cop, he's pretty fucking cool. He's a pretty cool.
Include as much
cool
detail as possible, names of individuals involved, locations, dates, and times. Be sure to let us know if you wish to remain anonymous. This was May 2nd, early in the day.
It's 2 days ago.
Evening of May 2nd, follow up. We're already getting flooded with tips about Buffalo schools in DA Erie County, New York, most from people scared shitless of retaliation. So let me make this crystal clear. If anyone lays a finger on a whistleblower, Unsubscribe Crast will raise a fuck ton of money for their legal war and sue you so hard it alters the trajectory of your family tree. You no longer hold the power to ruin careers. You hold the power to turn yourself into a goddamn payday. They are fucking holy shit.
The city of Buffalo is going to be real broke soon. They're going to need a fucking government prevention in there.
Gloves are off, homie. Like, dude, we've said it on this podcast before.
This went from a boxing match to a bare knuckle fucking street fight.
Dude, everyone wants to be a gangster until it's time to do gangster shit. And guess what veterans are fucking really good at?
Gangster shit.
Doing gangster shit. Yep. Because we don't fight. We don't fight fair. We don't fight fucking pretty. We fight dirty, ugly, and hard. Dirty, ugly, and hard.
Listen, we're not Ivy League boys, all right?
No, dude. We get down in the mud and the blood and the beer, dude. Like, we do not give a fuck, dude. We do not give a fuck. All the way to the end. All the way to the end. Like, fucking... Good luck, Buffalo. Good luck.
So on that note, I mean, I think this is a perfect way as a final thought as well.
Sure.
Protect your kids.
Yeah.
Protect your nephews, your friends' kids. You know what I mean? Anything can happen.
The kid that lives down the street that you see riding their bike on your fucking on your street or whatever. Like, just keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes peeled.
And guess what? There's resources too. Go on Google, look up a registry. They have public registries available for you to look at to see if there's anyone in your neighborhood that could pose a threat to your children. Mm-hmm. You know, this is a thing. You know, there's a reason why they have these registries. And now, granted, we know that the registries are not 100%, right? Because there are a bunch of them that decide not to
register. Yeah.
You know, but they know who they are. We apparently a few of the what do we call them here? Chomos. We had a few of them escaped from the Rahway prison over here, which is just, you know, and they escaped together, which is even crazier.
John, are you gonna go hunting?
No, I think they all got caught.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they all got arrested already. Yeah. You know, I'll tell you one thing. It's something that has been spoken about within like the whole crew. You know, like is there something here, but we don't even know where to start with that. But that's another conversation. But you know, the bad things happen, and bad things happen everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're in this is white collar the proper term for like a rich town.
Yeah, it'd be like more white collar, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter if you're white collar. It doesn't matter if you're in a pauper area. It doesn't matter if you're in what do you call those, like HOA communities. Mm-hmm. Bad shit happens everywhere.
It does.
You know, and you could be living in a utopia. I mean, the movies do it best. The movies and TV shows where they give you a perfect world, but there's always one thing that fucks it up. You know, these things happen, and be aware of it. We know that not everybody is privy to what some predators are privy to doing as far as their actions and learning how to coerce emotions out of people. You know, keep an eye on that. You know, keep an eye on people that you don't know. Look at the registries. Most importantly, children who get abducted, children who become abused and so on and so forth, the life doesn't get easier. Okay. I'm not going to tell you and sit here that I am 100% mentally free from all my issues growing up. Okay. Because I'm not, and I have had treatments that have helped me a lot, but the trauma is still there. And shit like this, like that poor kid, who the school system didn't even tell the parents that he was part of an abduction. Like, that is going to follow that kid for the rest of his life, and he's going to remember that.
Yeah. It's like trauma stays, trauma follows. That's why we have these talks every week at the end of the show, because we know you might be hunky-dory for weeks at a time, and then it only takes one fucking bad day, and all of a sudden you're feeling like you're in the bottom of the fucking valley, slogging through mud, and nothing seems like it's ever going to be okay again. And it doesn't take much to trigger that. A lot of our suffering that we have is stuff that has happened to us over time and in life, different types of traumas, but it doesn't go away. What we learn to do is we learn how to manage it more than anything.
Yeah.
It's never going to go completely away. The things that we've seen, the things we've experienced, some of the things that we've done, it's never going to go away. But what we can do, the best we can do, is to put our best foot forward and to keep fucking trying. We don't quit. We don't fucking quit.
No, we don't. And we can't.
No, we're not allowed. We're not allowed, brothers. Yeah. We're just let's just plainly state the obvious. We're not allowed to quit. Think about all the people that depend on us, all the people that love us, people that look up to us, like people we don't even think about. Probably they're not even in our sphere of thought.
People that we didn't even know.
Yeah. They hold us in such high esteem. Imagine what it would do if we left. Like, imagine what it would do if we left. We're not fucking allowed. Yeah. We're just not allowed.
We're changing.
At least not until the actual day comes, right? Like, until the actual day comes.
And just to close it all off, guys. Be there for each other. Listen to what everybody is saying. Because there was even we didn't show it in today's episode, but there was even something where there was a situation with a little girl or something like that. It just left me right now.
Talking about from that episode.
Yeah, it was in that.
So it was her dad being a gangbanger, like he's a Crip or a Blood or something like that, beating her. She kept going to the school counselor, who's a mandatory reporter. First time, school counselor said, "Oh, she's just a chronological liar."
Yeah.
Second time, just ignored her. Pathological. Yeah. You know what I meant.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Then the third time, she shows up with fucking video proof, and this fucking counselor still doesn't do shit.
Yeah.
I think she showed up with bruises.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it was second time was the video proof. Third time it was the bruises all over her, and that's when finally it got reported. Yeah. And he just was like,
it took 3 times. It took 3 times.
Yeah, it took 3 times. One time her saying something, second time video and still nothing. Mm-hmm. Third time physical fucking signs. That's what it took.
Right.
And he pretty much broke down and said, if you are a mandatory reporter and you do not report, you should be charged and either go to jail or be put on fucking probation and never be allowed to fucking work in your field again.
We 3 deal with mandatory reporters all the time. We go to the VA and we go to see our doctors. They're mandatory reporters. Before I leave any of my appointments, irrelevant to whatever I'm seeing the doctor there that day for, are you thinking about harming yourself or others? Get asked every time, because they're mandatory reporters.
Yeah.
So like if I happen to say yay to one of those questions, I might have to go to the funny farm for a few days and get put on a fucking on a hold, because because they're mandatory reporters. Like, Jay's having bad thoughts about fucking things again. Fucking he's got to go for a couple days.
Harming yourself or others. Do chomos count? Because if so, then I guess you need to put me in the fucking straitjacket for a week.
Yeah, right.
And I bring that up because like even if someone has a history of something specific, like what they were saying that this girl was a liar. They were saying she was a liar. You listen to what they're saying.
You don't have to listen. Yep.
You know, you always listen. And
it was that fucking adult's one fucking job to listen.
Mm-hmm.
One fucking job. It's not that adult's fucking job to assume, to use your own fucking opinion, and to decide is it a fucking valid claim. No, that's what the fucking law enforcement officials are fucking for. You're a mandatory fucking reporter. You are required by fucking law to say something. You are not allowed at all to make your own determination on whether it's something that needs to be fucking reported or not.
That's correct. That is correct.
Absolutely.
That is correct.
That's just like me at work, working as a manager for IT, but within a healthcare organization. If I see something that I am required to report anything that could be considered a HIPAA fucking violation.
There you go. And so
I am required by fucking law. I am mandated that I have to fucking say something.
Yep.
Same with this fucking school counselor. They are required.
It's insane. And guys, with that note, if you guys can't speak to a counselor, if you guys can't speak to a therapist, if you guys can't speak to a friend, a stranger, a kid, a parent, an uncle, an aunt, the list goes on. You also have an option to dial the National Suicide Hotline. You could text or call 988 or dial 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. They are there to listen to your story today. They're most of them are on the volunteer space, I believe, if not all of them. They're there 24/7. It's not a subscription service. It's there for you today. You guys are not alone. The three of us go through shit all the time. We know you're human too, right? Because if you're human, you go through shit.
The joke about Jay's Roadhouse is like the Roadhouse is actually like my life. You know what I mean? So like it's every day is a day in Jay's Roadhouse. You know what I mean? Like but yet here I sit.
Yep.
Yet here I sit. Here I remain. I'm not fucking going anywhere, kids. Okay, I'm not fucking going anywhere. I got bad news for you if you don't like me. Okay, not leaving anytime soon. You know why? Because I like to fight, and I'm gonna fight to the fucking bitter goddamn end.
That's right.
You know, there's beauty, and there's amazing things out here in this world. And as we rediscover it after we finish our term of service to the country, we get to rediscover life through new eyes in a way. And so that's kind of like when shit gets rough, like, yes, it gets rough. Yes, it gets fucking rough. Like nobody's denying that, but we're not going to quit. We are not fucking quitting. Like period. Right.
And guys, with that, thank you so much for hanging out.
Can I end on a high note?
Yes.
Dude, can you play that Joe Hendry thing again? Like, oh, I want to end on a high note.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
So, on that note, we believe in you, Joe Hendry.
We do believe in you,
We also
Joe
believe
Hendry.
in you. Angry Cops, Richard High, the Unsubscribe crew.
Yep.
We believe in the cause. Keep fighting the good fucking fight.
Fucking A, dude. Fucking A. Love you guys.
Peace.